everyone, how's your life getting on? I wish you'll stay safe and sound. Introduce me, I'm Wahyu as representative of INSTITUT of BISNIS. To the point, in this special occasion, I would like to deliver my speech on the title of The Influence of Habit Toward Productivity. Ladies and gentlemen, respectable judicators, as we know together that Indonesia has experienced long self-limitation from doing activities together in direct. All aspects of life are currently shifted into digital life that compels everyone to adapt and customize with new circumstances. The current of switchover breeds words of chaos. In the midst of the pandemic, the number of unemployment and work termination is increased, while work availability declines. It literally decreases people's revenue and livelihood, while the price of necessities are getting more expensive. According to Ida Fauzia, as Minister of Manpower, the number of unemployment is suddenly increased from 4.9% to 7% in this pandemic. And she also states that government was successful to hold down the number of unemployment on 4.9% in these lately 5 years. Yet, COVID-19 pandemic makes it worse till it reaches 7%, at least 9.7 million people. If you see the fact today, lots of people get financial loss and high profit at the same time. And why did it happen? Why do people result different attainment, whereas everyone has same time, opportunity and situation? My happy brothers and sisters, in this case, people are sorted into two types. Those are poor mentality and rich mentality. The rich has different characteristics that the poor doesn't, and what differentiates it the most is habit. Habit is basically a settled or regular tendency or practice, especially that's hard to give up. It defines daily activity that's repeatedly done in long period of time. Thus, brain turns daily actions and behaviors into habits, which people spontaneously execute it without any longer thought. According to neuroscientist David Eagleman in Incognito, brains are in the business of gathering information and steering behavior appropriately. It doesn't matter whether consciousness is involved in the decision making, but most of the time, it's not. It proves how much time we pass off in vain and we don't even notice it. Thereby, habits really destine our life in this situation and the transition of people into digital life. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, mankind, especially youngsters, as a whole of tomorrow, are unable to overtake change. They sink into unbeneficial social media comfort and have no any willpower to optimize the function of internet and sophisticated technology. Juveniles finally waste their time obtaining counterproductive activities and temporary pleasures, such as playing on game, stalking other people's social medias, and so on. In fact, Internet users today have reached 93.4 million people and smartphone users as many as 71 million people. According to Telkomsel internal data, the users of online game are increased for about 34% in this pandemic. While that, another obstacle we're facing is most of people prevent themselves to change by routine self-defeating statements in their mind, such as, "This is all me, I can't be that, that's not my favor." Bullshit. Afterwards, they prefer to stuck in their fancy and resist change. Here, bad habit implementation is actually a main factor of juvenile obstacles. If you take a look at the fact today, people having most bad habits such as smoking, staying awake for too long, and move a bit. And people now are accustomed with non-manifest existence such as social media and tend to compare to other people's lives. In this regard, bad habit is actually an obvious inhibitor toward change which people don't even notice it. Habit shapes your life, habit destines your life because 40% of your actions are not conscious decision, but that's habit. It flows such an autopilot and become a part of our lives that's hard to give up. Therefore, if we are not able to handle bad habits, health and productivity are also unable to be alive in our psyche finally. Ladies and gentlemen, respectable judicators, stay calm, because hard to give up doesn't mean we can't change it. And bad habits don't mean inherent. There must be weight of obstacles, and to solve it clearly, here, 3-step loop of habit would be an option to turn bad habits into positive habits. So historically, in 1990 centuries, a group of researchers from Massachusetts Institute of Technology discovered a neurological process that's at the core of every habit. The rules are: first, cue from brain. Cue here is any trigger from brain when and which habit to use. The second is routine action. Routine action include our emotions and behaviors. And the third is reward toward action. Reward here is how brain determines that this habit is beneficial or not to us. Well guys, for instance, we are to change bad habits, we have to know how it literally works and adopt willpower to replace bad habits into positive habits based on our pleasure and with no coercion. Underline, based on our pleasure and with no coercion. So it's joyful for us to do it, and we do it without any burden. So here, to change bad habits into positive habits take time based on willpower, and these rules are able to be done by all mankind, because willpower is a muscle, not a skill. By this, all problems are certainly solved. Ladies and gentlemen, in a whole, habit really distinguishes how and what we are. And steps to manifest positive habits are to examine the routine, identify the cue, and analyze the reward. To be part of the reach, we have to customize ourselves with positive habits. Patience is just chunks of positive habits, because patience without action is just an imagination. Successful person has positive habits in their life that direct them into the prosperity of lives and obtain productivity, till positive habits place everyone at the top notch. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my time is up. Before I close my speech in this special occasion, I remember one wise word from Mahatma Gandhi which says, "If you want to change the world, start with yourself." So, let's be productive juvenile and be successful person with positive habits, and see you in the next opportunity.